and welcome to the Kolby Sinclair Show. I'm your host, Kolby Sinclair. Before we get the show kicked off, I want to go ahead and roll into some sports. Then you'll come back to me for a nice little fashion segment as well as love. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to the sports segment here of the Kolby Sinclair Show. I'm your host, Jared Taylor, here with Jason Osei.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. A former football player for Texas A&M Commerce who is hoping to make it big with the NFL, the CFL, anything like that. So, Jason, first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me here.
So, you were recently in the Lone Star Conference's Pro Day where a bunch of NFL scouts and even a few CFL scouts came to look at your performance and stuff like that. Could you tell us a little bit about the process of what Pro Day does, since it's kind of like a smaller version of the NFL Combine?
Well, as you touched on, it is pretty much a smaller version of the NFL Combine. Gives the scouts a chance to come to our school and see individuals who might have not been able to go to the Combine in Indianapolis, showcase their skills, and also a chance for them to kind of get to know us, get to know the other schools, because it wasn't only for Commerce, it was for all the Lone Star Conference schools, as well as a few schools from the Southland Conference as well, who couldn't host the Pro Day. But, I mean, for us NFL hopefuls or us pro hopefuls, it was just a good opportunity for us to show all our hard work and how it's been paying off.
Now, for hard work and whatnot, did they have everyone run the same drills, or did they pull you aside to, for your certain positions, or how does that work?
So they had said to us that they were going to run us through all the drills in the weight room. They were going to run our 40s. After we run our 40s, they're going to make a bunch of cuts, and then those guys will go on to either go to drills or go on to, finish the rest of the drills. And I was one of the ones that was selected, because I think it was only 10 of us. And in the end, I went to go on to run my eye test, my 3-cone, and then go and do some O-line drills with the NFL scouts.
Well, that's really interesting there. So, you were, I believe, a tackle, correct?
I actually was testing for all 5 positions in the O-line.
Okay, so they had you run some center drills as well.
Exactly.
Like, you're definitely built to be an NFL center.
Yeah.
But,
hopefully.
So, after they do all the drills and evaluate you, how do they do the process of saying, like, you're going to the draft or you're an undrafted free agent? How does that work?
I mean, really, it's just on the conversation of the agents, draft stock. I knew coming from a D2 school, smaller school, that probably it might not be as likely as a lot of the D1 prospects, because there were a lot of good prospects coming out this year, actually. And so with that, it's just about staying prepared, just gauging how you did, and then seeing if you're going to get the opportunity to actually be able to go and compete at the next level.
So we talked about, the CFL also being there. Is there a difference between like the NFL and the CFL, how that draft process works, or?
Yeah, I think the CFL draft will be this Saturday. I'm actually been listed as the BC Lions top O-line pick, in terms of once they go through camp and stuff, they're going to see how the rest of the O-line stack up, and I could take one of their spots. So I've been listed as their first reserve, as the guy put it. And so it's different. It's 12-man football. The field is bigger. It requires a lot more running. So I think I'm adapted to that, but I'm just going to stay working hard until I see whatever opportunity comes my way.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jason. Good luck with the CFL draft. Definitely it'd be great to see you for the BC Lions. And for the Texas A&M Commerce Lions, speaking of sports, we now want to throw it over to Thomas Kent and Ricky Moser, as they will take us through the sports at Texas A&M Commerce here with Lion Athletics.
Thank you, Jared, and thank you, Jason, for joining us. The football team had a fantastic season, hosting and winning a playoff game, winning their 3rd consecutive Lone Star Conference title, so congratulations to them. Also basketball, volleyball, having some pretty good seasons, and of course we just saw the new signing of Jarrett Von Rosenberg as our basketball coach, but we want to talk about the sports that are ending and wrapping up now here at the end of the semester. First, the men's golf team last weekend won the Lone Star Conference tournament, and the women's team got 3rd in the Lone Star Conference tournament. However, Junior Wilfredo Sanchez, who was named Lone Star Conference Newcomer of the Year, will go on to play in the NCAA Division II South Central and West Regional Tournament at Brookside Country Club in Stockton, California. The top two advance there, and they'll go to the Division II National Championship at the end of the month in Florida. What about track, Ricky?
Absolutely. It's been a long time since we got a chance to sit down and talk about track. There's a lot to get to. In that time that we last sat down, Gage Bowles has been named the Lone Star Conference Men's Field Athlete of the Week here at the East Texas Invitational here at A&M Commerce. He won the triple and long jump, and he was also part of the 4x100 meter relay team that took third place at the meet with a time of just over 42 seconds. After that, the team went down to the Bobcat Twilight down in San Marcos, where Robbins earned a provisional qualifying mark in the women's discus throw with a toss of just over 48 meters. And then on the men's side, on the men's discus throw, Alexis put up a mark of just over 56 meters, which is the third best in all of Division II this year. He also earned a provisional qualifying mark in the indoor weight throw, and he holds the record for that. And then, as of most recently, they stayed in San Marcos and participated in the Bobcat Classic. This was the Lions' final tune-up prior to the Lone Star Conference Championship, which we'll get to in just a second. And in that, with a limited number of participants, the Lion women finished in 8th place, and the men finished in 9th against a largely D1 field. And speaking of the Lone Star Track Championships, that will be hosted here at A&M Commerce May 4th through 6th.
Thank you, Ricky. Yeah, that Lone Star Conference tournament, we get to host that meet, and we've already seen them starting to set up.
Yeah.
Our sports information director, Josh Mink, doing a fantastic job there. But now that we're done reading about the sports we're not terribly involved with, you may know, if you follow Lions softball, we are two of the three broadcasters on the softball webcast, and we just had our final regular season game last night. Ricky, let's talk about last night's regular season finish. Probably the most exciting game in Lions softball history. It's a short history, but
right, it is a short history, but it's been a good history. It was a must-see game. I think it was probably, at least from the eye test, the most largely attended game of the season, home game at least, and it needed to be. It was a huge game. They won that game 13-11 over Texas Women's, and they took the series. A lot was on the line for them.
Yeah, it was a winner-go-home game, and with Western New Mexico giving them that gift, getting their first and only conference win against A&M Kingsville, who is battling with us to try to get into the playoffs. They made this Sunday rain-out redo a winner-go-home game, and, of course, they win. And I want to ask you your favorite moment of the season, but before we get there, let's go through that last play of the game. The Pioneers of Texas Women's University had a couple runners on base, and the batter hit one to the opposite field. Take us through Tyler Oppenheim's finish.
Yeah, Tyler Oppenheim, she usually plays second. Great player on the defensive side of the ball. It was kind of blooped over her shoulder. She had to go from her almost right to left, if you will, and it was just over her shoulder. She stretched it out, made the catch. That was out number 3 in the top of the 7th, and Lions got the win.
Mariah Jamison hit 2 home runs in the game and gave her 19th and 20th home runs of the season, which is first in the nation and by far a Texas A&M Commerce Lion record. Now they will advance to the playoffs because of that win, and that Lone Star Conference tournament is in San Angelo at Angelo State. They're hosting because they're the #1 seed, and they play Cameron Friday at 11 o'clock. Coming up after this break, we'll have more of the Kolby Sinclair Show for you.
Hi, and welcome to the Kolby Sinclair Show. I'm your host, Kolby Sinclair. Thank you so much, guys, for that awesome sports segment. I know all our sports fans out there loved it. But now let's talk about something better, fashion. How you doing today, Warren?
Hi, Kolby. I'm really good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being on the Kolby Sinclair Show. So we're going to talk a little bit about fashion. What does fashion mean to you?
Well, fashion, depends on which perspective we talk about fashion. Sometimes fashion is what we wear, Another thing is about what colors are in the season and those kind of things, what accessories to go with what you're wearing, if it matches your skin color, if it matches a lot of things, weather. Sometimes the seasons have an impact on fashion.
So you would consider yourself a fashion expert, right?
I wouldn't consider myself a fashion expert. My friends consider me a fashion expert, maybe because I take more time getting ready. I like to iron my clothes. I like to get all these little details in my clothes ready before I actually step out.
Awesome. So what kind of stores do you like to shop at as far as for your fashion? What stores do you find yourself kind of always mixing and matching things with?
Well, I don't have a particular style. There's different styles like hipster, hip hop, modern stuff like that. I don't really consider myself in a specific category, so I just shop with whatever looks good on me, whatever I think is good, and whether it's on clearance. Because if it's not on clearance, then we shouldn't buy it, right?
Yes, I'm all about the bargain. Now, do you think fashion is something that can be learned, or do you think you're kind of just born with it? Either you have fashion sense or you don't?
I think fashion has to do a lot with your personality, in my opinion. My personal opinion has to do a lot with your personality because sometimes we are what we feel what we look like. Sometimes when you're getting ready for a presentation, you usually tend to want to look better because it boosts up your confidence while you're in a presentation and stuff like that.
I totally agree. So what age do you feel like you started to care about your image? Because I know some boys, they're just kind of a t-shirt and some sweats and they're out the door. And then I have some other friends who are like, in the camera, they're feeling themselves. So what age do you think you started to care more about your appearance?
Actually, that is a great question. I was just thinking about that before I came to the show. Actually, the first thing I remember was my 9th birthday. I remember my mom was like, okay, what kind of theme do you want? And she was mentioning these kind of things. And I was like, no, I don't want that. I was like, I want to wear a suit and a tie.
Right.
That's what I want to do for my birthday. And he was like, you always had that sense that I always like button down shirts and stuff like that. So I believe it started like around that's now that I can remember, like about six through 8. Before those ages, that's when I think I started taking care of myself.
See, I think I've been probably caring since I was 2. I don't know. I have a really awesome mom, so she's all about fashion and being a diva, so that kind of just came to me. So I guess what are some must-haves you have in your closet that are maybe like something that you just an essential for maybe like the summer or the spring or the fall that you just know you have to have in your fashion?
Well, let me go back. I actually think that every person should have some of these items. They should have kind of like a casual dress for girls and more a casual shirt for guys, maybe in case of the weather, like we talk about weather. They should definitely have something white or brown, like a button-down shirt, because you never know when you're going on a fancy occasion that you need to look presentable, professional. So that should go with your business professional attire. And also something that represents who you are. There should be an outfit that definitely represents who you are as a person. So those are something casual that you feel relaxed with,
Right.
something professional where you go to meetings, interviews, stuff like that, and something that represents who you are as a person.
Right. So what is your favorite accessory? What's something that you absolutely probably can't leave the house without? I know for me, it's a bag. Either it's Michael Kors bag or a Kate Spade. I'm working on a Chanel bag, but as of now, a handbag is definitely my favorite accessory.
Well, maybe in this case we don't share the same view. I don't care bags or stuff like that. So my accessory, which might not even be an accessory, cologne. I can't walk out of my house or wherever without smelling good. That's what I'm sometimes known for, because I smell good. And you look good, you smell good. That's the entire package, right? So I should say cologne is one of those accessories, in my opinion, since I don't wear like others.
Okay, and before I kind of wrap up, what advice could you give to someone who's learning about fashion, they really don't know where they want to go with their sense of style or where to shop? What's some advice that you can give them in order for them to kind of start their fashion journey?
The advice I would give them is to, first of all, definitely start looking into colors. Colors define a lot. They can pop out your eyes, your personality. As we talk about, sometimes I focus a lot on personality. So color is definitely one of the things. Like, worry about colors first, and then we'll move on into more like textures, patterns, and stuff of that nature. Colors is definitely the thing I would tell them to focus on.
Okay, so what's your go-to color then?
My go-to color, I should say, I'm more of a dark person, but my skin colors, so I had to use some more of a tan kind of colors, more light colors.
All right, well, that's awesome. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at commerce fashion, and when we come back, we'll see Juan's expert fashion.
Fashion is like a portrayal of who you are and what you like.
All right, so welcome back to the Kolby Sinclair Show. Juan has bought some awesome pieces with us to show us what it means to be fashionable. So could you talk a little bit about these pieces that you have?
Definitely. So in this we have different colors, different textures, right? The first thing we're going to focus on, it will be colors that will go along with the season or maybe the occasion.
Right.
Usually, you know, summertime is coming on, so we have these light pattern colors right here. They will go really well because, you know, sometimes dark colors will attract the heat and we want to be more fresh. So these are kind of more, like more fresh colors. Then we move into maybe some more darker colors. This is all for the summer. We have these colors for maybe like a night ball, like going out to the restaurant and friends. Particularly, my favorite color, like I said, will be this green right here. Like I said, you can probably see I'm wearing one of this green.
Right.
So I like this color a lot. But for females with lighter skin, I would recommend them a little bit more of a darker color.
Okay.
So it will definitely show more, and it will make your skin a little bit less pale. For ladies with a little bit more of dark pigmentation, we have more of these light colors. These light colors will definitely lower the tone of your pigmentation, which is definitely gives you a different sense of fashion. One of the favorite things I recommend anybody to have is to have at least these two things in their closet, these two colors. Because we know black will definitely go, or you can mix, as you can see right here, you can mix it with all different colors here, whether it's light, whether it's dark, all these colors match definitely with black.
Okay. Well, I think I probably found my new shopping buddy. I love the material of all of this, especially the texture of some of these clothes and these pieces, and they're just so bright and so colorful. Like, I just love your sense of fashion.
Thank you. And like this summer, we actually have colors like this into fashion. We have our model right here, our model Eva. She actually has this outfit that definitely represents this summer collection. We have this kind of like orange color with like going. You can use this color going to the beach, going to a restaurant. It's a color, it's neutral color, meaning you don't have to go to a fancy place. You don't have to go into maybe not too fancy. This is definitely perfect. You can add some more accessories to make it popped up more at nighttime, or you can take some off to make it more usable during the day.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Juan, and thank you
so
so much, Ava. Thank y'all so much for joining in here at the Kolby Sinclair Show. Stay tuned where you can find out how to win a date with the lion. Welcome to Win a Date with a Lion. I'm your host, Kolby Sinclair. Today, 3 lucky ladies will be able to win a date with this handsome man right here. Before I start onto the show, can I please get a little bit about the contestants?
I am majoring in journalism and minoring in photography. At times I can be really shy, but once you get to know me, you know, I'm outgoing. I really hope to just have fun and I guess just find a friend or a guy or anything.
My name is Demi Hargrove. My major is journalism and public relations, and my minor is interdisciplinary studies. I want my guy to be outgoing, funny, and he has to be relatable. I would describe myself as goofy, outgoing, and I'm very talkative. I hope to find a friend, somebody to talk to, and we'll see what happens.
My name is Kimberly Thompson. My major is public relations with a minor in marketing. When I look for a man, I like to see that he has a sense of humor. He's very dependable. I describe myself as pretty outgoing. I'm a very busy person. I like to laugh, and if he can make me laugh, that's a good quality. I hope to find love in Commerce, Texas.
All right, looks like you got your work cut out for you because those ladies sound phenomenal. But before we get into the game, tell me a little bit about you and what you're looking for in a lady. A lady.
Definitely. I would like to say I'm actually a journalism major. A little bit of myself. I love long walks I love walks in the beach. You know, enjoying beauty, looking at the stars, just engaging, having that moment of romance, and just discovering what's really within a person, not just the outer beauty, but the inner beauty.
Okay, so would you consider yourself a hopeless romantic?
Yeah, I would like to think so.
Huh? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and start with the game. I'll explain the rules. Basically, we have 3 rounds. One person will be eliminated each round. The same person will be asked the same question throughout each round, and everyone will be eliminated as we go. So, contestant number 1, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is your ideal of a first date?
I think my ideal first date would definitely be like just a very cliche. He comes to my door, brings me flowers, and takes me to a nice restaurant.
Alrighty. Contestant number 2, same question. What is your ideal first date?
My ideal first date would be a walk in the park or going to a carnival.
Okay. Contestant number 3. What is your idea of a first date?
Honestly, I'm a simple girl. Just take me to Chipotle and a movie and I'll be all right.
All right, Chipotle and a movie. So, with those questions that have been given and their idea of a first date, who do you think you have to eliminate? Contestant 1, 2, or 3?
I'm not really much of a Chipotle fan, so I'm about to say number 3.
Okay, well, sorry, contestant number 3. I wish you the best of luck on this love journey, but your time is up.
Who doesn't know Chipotle? I'm sorry.
Alrighty, moving right along. Okay, question number 2. What are your future goals? Question for contestant number 1. What are your future goals?
I think my future goals is to be successful and to be able to travel with someone I love.
Okay, contestant number 2. What is your future goals?
I really don't have any future goals except to be successful. Everything else I give to God.
Okay, I like that answer. So again, this is another elimination round. So out of those 2 ladies and their future goals, who do you feel not the most connection with?
I'm going to say contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm so sorry, contestant number 2. Again, I wish you the best of luck on your love journey, but the time is up for you as well.
Thank you.
Alrighty. It looks like it's just contestant number 1. And this is your final question. What do you hate about dating?
I think I hate the awkwardness of the first date and just like having to know if y'all are on the same page.
What about you? What do you think is what you hate about dating? What's the thing you hate?
Yeah, I would say the trust issues. I feel like that's a big thing. I feel like my words matter.
Okay. So are you saying yes to contestant number 1 for this date?
If I had to be honest, I think I might have to pass.
Have to pass. Oh my. Well, that's definitely something different. Well, I mean, since you can just agree on being friends, what about that?
I'd take that into consideration. Might be a
Okay.
good work, friendship. You never know.
Okay, so would you still go on the date with her as far as getting to know each other and starting this new friendship? It wouldn't be really just a date. It'll be more like a get to know each other.
That would be fun. That would be lovely.
Okay, so how about we go ahead and walk over and meet this lucky contestant number 1.
All right.
All right. Have a seat right here.
Who would you like me to take a seat?
You can sit right there.
Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you, Johnny. Johnny.
Kimmy.
Okay, so your name is what again?
Kimmy.
And your name is?
Johnny.
Okay, so this is Johnny and Kimmy, and even though they agreed not to, well, I wouldn't even say agree. How do you feel about him not taking the date with you, girl? Are you upset or you just?
I mean, I'm fine.
You're fine. You got to be friends before you be anything else,
Yes,
right?
So true, so true.
Okay. So is there any advice that y'all would love to give to the audience out there about dating? You know, it's college dating. Any advice y'all could give, like a quick 10 seconds?
If I had to say anything, just don't be tied down. There's a lot out there. You know, just explore what you can see and just really settle down with the right one.
Okay. Anything?
And just be with someone that makes you happy.
All right. Well, here's our 2 lucky contestants. They're going to go on a nice little date here in Commerce. That's all we have time for today. I'm Kolby Sinclair. We'll see you soon.